Do you see many, and is there an advantage as a host to be loyal to an OTA versus having a one centralized platform that shoots it out to all? Like, is there an OTA that's, you know, beneficial if I get most of my bookings through this, to just say, hey, we'll focus on this type of OTA? And is there a market for that?
So I've always been a big fan of Airbnb. I think the way that they did their platform is really modern. I think they pivot really quickly for people when they need to. Um, and it feels to me though, like in the last 2 years, they've lost that thread. They're still pivoting quickly, but it's like a deer in headlights. Look over here. Look over here. What's the new opportunity? What's the new opportunity? And none of those things have anything to do with us. Um, if they want to go focus on those things, fine, but they should continue to make the headline guests and hosts, I think. Um, so I've always said, and I still believe this, that I think that if you're on Airbnb only, it is highly likely that somebody in their development department, whoever manages the algorithm, somebody's got to be smart enough to say, hey, we should probably boost listings that don't have any calendar connection, right? That don't have any blocks on their calendar that weren't booked by Airbnb. To me, very simple way to put your competitors out of business, right? If they incentivize the listings that don't get blocked by any other OTAs via their algorithm, just on an automatic level. I've always thought that that is probably what's happening, although Airbnb's never confirmed that. Except we've seen in the last week, Airbnb said if you prioritize Airbnb during certain months of the year, for instance, if you tell your PMS to only allow July to be booked by Airbnb for this month or that season or whatever it is, and I'm not sure about the mechanics surrounding this. This is brand new news that I've looked at the last 2 days. They will reduce your host fee by 1%. So this is brand new. First time I'm hearing about it. Last couple of days, I've not dug very deep into it, but it confirmed my suspicion that that was already likely a feature in the back end, and now they're kind of bringing it to the forefront. Another thing that we've just seen released is Vrbo sponsored listings, and I've been saying for years that this is coming on Airbnb. Think of every advertising platform out there: Amazon, Google, all of the major players. What do? When you type something and you search something, what's the first thing that comes up?
Yeah, the advertised
Yeah,
branch, whatever it is, right?
a sponsored listing, right?
Sponsored
It's
yeah.
yeah, pay-per-click advertising. On
Yeah.
Amazon, you see products, on Google, you see links and products and services, calls, whatever it is. That doesn't exist on Airbnb today. That's going to be a multi-billion dollar revenue stream for them. And I can't believe they haven't done it yet. But you can expect as an Airbnb host, it's absolutely coming. And I wouldn't be surprised that now that Vrbo's finally rolled it out after all these years, that you're going to see Airbnb very quickly jump on that train. Because if they're looking for new sources of revenue, why not come get ours, right? So I think this puts um Booking.com, for instance, in a very good position, right? Booking.com has always had major ways as a host for you to promote your property. You can incentivize Booking.com. You can say, hey, why don't you take my fee from 15 to 20% and they'll boost it? You can do genius discounts. You can opt to be in their newsletter and basically pay via different mechanisms to be in their newsletters. So I think though that this could be a good place for booking.com to get in and pull some of that inventory, pull some of those hosts. So I think things are really up in the air right now. Now, can anybody knock Airbnb out of the game? I don't know. I, I don't know if it's actually possible, but I think it's interesting that somebody wants to show up to that table.